Welcome to a very special edition of Mr. Bailey's Word of the Week Academy Awards style, otherwise known as the Wordies. I am your co-host, George Clooney.
And I am James Franco. It is an honor to be with you today. Thank you for joining us this week as we unveil the latest and greatest word of the week, and much, much more.
Let us begin the show by announcing in chronological order the previous winners of the Word of the Week.
Brilliant idea, Georgie.
I know. I am so great, right?
Whatever you say, Mr. Clooney. Anyways, previous recipients of the Golden Dictionary Award for Word of the Week include
Quiescent,
boisterous,
cantankerous,
phenomenal,
ravenous,
diligent,
livid,
imposter,
preposterous,
discombobulated,
stupendous,
gratitude,
melancholy,
flabbergasted,
multitude,
bamboozled,
procrastinate,
chronological,
relinquish,
persnickety,
melee,
delirious,
and
lollygagging.
woo. That is quite a prestigious list.
One and only one word from this week's nominees will be going home with one of the most valuable awards on the face of the earth.
Who are you kidding, James? This is the most valuable award in the universe. The nominees are
Guffaw nominated by Audrey in Mrs. Radke's classroom.
Whippersnapper nominated by Mr. Bailey's wife, Mrs. Bailey.
Gullible nominated by Mrs. Tipton's classroom.
And last but certainly not least, Perseverance given to us by Michaela in Mrs. Kaler's classroom.
And the winner of the 23rd Wordy Award, along with the Golden Dictionary as well as worldwide fame, is
going to be announced in just a few moments. You didn't think we would just give you the results right away, did you?
Of course not. We would like to present to you the nominees in other areas. The first category is Best Disguise.
The nominees for Best Use of a Disguise in a Video are Mr. Meyer as Abe Lincoln, Mr. Bailey as George Washington, myself George Clooney as Elmer Fudd, David Letterman as Simon Cowell, and finally Mr. Meyer with the voice of a little boy. And the Wordie for Best Disguise goes to
Mr. Meyer with the voice of a little boy.
The next award up for a Wordie is for Best Dancer. And the nominees are Albert Einstein as the dancing scientist in Stupendous, Mr. Meyer as Abe Lincoln in Chronological, and David Letterman as himself in Relinquish.
And the Wordie goes to,
in a stunning upset, Albert Einstein.
Next we have the category of Best Supporting Wordnerd. The nominees are Mr. Meyer in Flabbergasted, Mr. Meyer in Chronological, Mr. Meyer in Millie, and Will Ferrell in Bamboozled, and the winner of the Wordie is
Will Ferrell in Bamboozled. Just kidding, Mr. Meyer, you have been bamboozled by our shenanigans. The winner is Mr. Meyer in Flabbergasted. This is Mr. Meyer's second Wordie of the night.
Finally, we have the award for Best Wordnerd. The nominees are David Letterman, Larry King, Mr. Bailey, Albert Einstein, and finally those crazy robots. The Wordie for Best Wordnerd goes to
the king of word nerds, Mr. Larry King. Larry is also the winner of the Lifetime Achievement Award for Word Nerds. We wish Larry nothing but the best as he enjoys his well-deserved retirement in Florida. And now, the moment you have all been waiting for, the Wordie for Word of the Week along with a Golden Dictionary goes to
Mr. Bailey's wife, Mrs. Bailey for Whippersnapper.
I bet you Mr. Bailey's wife, Mrs. Bailey, will be thrilled to hear that. Her word Whippersnapper won in a landslide vote this week, with the word receiving a whopping 64, count 'em 64 votes.
Whippersnapper is a really fun word to say, just sort of rolls right off the tongue. Whippersnapper means a young person who annoys older people by being very confident and acting like someone important.
The word has actually been a part of the English language since the 1700s, long before even Larry King was a little whippersnapper.
Other words that can be used for whippersnapper include dwarf, lightweight, pipsqueak, youngster, snippersnapper, or know-it-all.
Speaking of whippersnappers, I just noticed that Justin Bieber is with us in the audience tonight. That little whippersnapper sure can sing. He is off the hook.
Yes, he is. He is one talented little whippersnapper.
Congrats to Mr. Bailey's wife, Mrs. Bailey, for her first wordy win. But to tell you the truth, there are no losers here tonight. Each and every nominee was fantastic. Keep the words coming.
Thank you for joining us tonight for the first annual edition of the Wordy Awards. This is James Franco
and George Clooney saying goodbye for now.